Grana Weepanini Bong! And welcome back to my channel, where today we're not talking about Transformers and we're not talking about things necessarily Transformers action figure related. Today we're talking about Mortal Kombat! So the new Mortal Kombat movie has now dropped, and I thought I'd give my little thoughts and impressions on the movie, because it's also a franchise that I do have a lot of love for outside of the world of Transformers. I am a super gamer as well. I absolutely love myself some fighting games, some role-playing games, and just games in general. I play a lot of strategy games and all kinds of things like that. My history with the Mortal Kombat franchise goes right back to its roots, to the arcade, to MK1. Yes, I am old enough to remember when that arcade machine rolled up to the arcade on the promenade where I used to live. I was one of those people stood around it, mouth aghast at what I could see. I spent pounds and pounds and pounds of my parents' and grandparents' money on that machine, trying to work out the special moves, trying to beat the person next to me, amazed when I saw a finish him that I hadn't seen before. I absolutely adored that first game when it came out. I thought it was super difficult, but I absolutely loved it, and I have played every single mainline entry since then. And also, something I love about this franchise is the story behind it. The characters, the world that the team behind it, Ed Boon and the team created, is absolutely amazing. I'm really interested if you actually look into it. So of course, as soon as I heard that there was a brand new Mortal Kombat movie coming out, I was like, oh yeah. And as soon as it came out, my TV set was like, get over here! So on Friday the 23rd of April 2021, my girlfriend and I got all toasty on the couch, and then we snuggled up to watch Mortal Kombat 2021. And for the first 10 minutes, I was like, oh yeah, this is it. After 20 minutes, I was like, alright, who's Cole? What's going on? I'm not sure about this. Then after about 30 to 40 minutes, I was like, alright, okay, I can deal with this. Then at the 60-minute mark, pretty much dead on the 60-minute mark, I was like, oh no, what have they done? What's that going? No, why is he fighting? No, is he? Oh, no. And then for the end of the movie, I was bouncing around from, oh yeah, okay, fighting, yeah, this is good. Oh look, okay, yeah, that's good. No, why have you done that? Oh, hang on, couldn't you have just done that all along? So this movie is very, very, very mixed. It's very, very choppy, and I am going to go into pretty deep spoilers on this. It is just a small review that I'm going to do, so I will go pretty heavy into spoilers here. First off, I want to give it some positive nods. The fight scenes, when they're good, they are epic, and not just in the way that, yeah, that's good martial arts, like fan service, well done. Little things that you wouldn't think would be in there are there, like Sub-Zero leaving an ice version of himself on the floor so the Scorpion jumps up and attacks that. I was like, oh my god, yeah. The little touches like that are in there. There's animalities, there's fatalities, there's finishing, there's the cheesy one-liners that are after it, but hey, I'm here for it. It's a Mortal Kombat movie. I was absolutely here for it. Absolutely loved it. But then there's also the fight scenes that are like, oh, okay, that's a bit flat. All right, okay, that's really choppy, very, very choppy, and quite short. And you say, oh, okay, that's how that happened, and then it moves on. When it's good, it's golden. When it's not so good, it's a fight scene. You know, it's not so bad. But then we get to the actual story and the characters. The whole thing revolves around Cole, and this, for me, no one cares about you, Cole. This is the first problem. Mortal Kombat has an absolutely huge, rich heritage of well over 100 characters. Deep deep, deep lore. Is the lore a bit skewed sometimes? Yeah. Does the story not make sense sometimes? Yeah. Has it been retconned a million times? Yeah. But it's there. You do not need a new character. Also, Johnny Cage ain't in this movie. Johnny Cage, they tease Johnny Cage right at the end. Johnny Cage is in the second movie. But Cole is basically Johnny Cage. All the way through this movie, I'm thinking, is this dude gonna be Johnny Cage? And somehow you're gonna find out, is he gonna, who is he? And this is the problem that you have. He's a boring character. Nobody really cares. The actor might be very, very good. I'm not too aware of the actor, but he, as a character, is so dull, so boring. There's so many better characters than him. If they'd have made him Johnny Cage, they could have given him the cheesy one-liners, and he'd have done the same kind of role. He'd have been that, I don't know about this fighting, I don't know about this, what's this? And that is kind of the role that Johnny Cage plays in the Mortal Kombat universe. So you've replaced Johnny Cage with a boring character for no reason. And for the first 20 minutes of the movie when he comes in, you sat there going, should I know this guy? I know a lot about, should I know this guy? Who's this guy? Who is he? And nobody cares. And by the end of the movie, I still don't care about him. But more, if they release a second movie and they kill him off camera, I won't care. So from a character point of view, he has to be the lowest character in it. New character, pointless character, don't know why he's there. And then let's jump to a very high. Kano wins. Kano wins every single scene this dude is on. He is just a show stealer, a movie stealer. They could have actually had him as some kind of anti-hero. They could have had him as the main character, because for me, honestly, he felt like that. When he wasn't on screen, the movie was so flat. Though when he was on there, he brought it to life. I'm in two minds about this movie. I think it's a great start. I think it could go somewhere, hopefully in the second movie, a little bit better. Without Kano, I don't know if I'd be in the same position. I think he made the movie for me. Absolutely spot on. Josh Lawson is the breakout star of this movie for playing Kano so well. You love him, you hate him. Of course, he turns out to be a bad guy in the end, but he makes the movie. He is the character. They've killed him off as well, which for me doesn't set it up very well for the sequel. I hope they bring him back as a remnant or something like that. But if he's a remnant, he probably won't have all of the kind of cockiness that he had in this movie, which just made the movie. And also, I didn't realize he was Ben Lawson's brother, and Ben Lawson, obviously famous for his role in Designated Survivor. The other Earthrealm fighters, Jax and Nina, okay, really don't care too much about them. They were okay, but as actors, I thought they both did an okay job. The other two, the ones that played Liu Kang and Kang Lu, were wooden, and when they opened their mouths, weren't as good. Kung Lao was okay. He was a little bit cocky, but I don't know. There was something about, especially Liu Kang's performance, that didn't quite sit well, kept everything very flat. I did put it in my own mind as, I guess they're Shaolin monks, they're trying to keep that sereneness, but it didn't, something didn't flow. It just didn't quite work. And then we move on to Lord Raiden, and Lord Raiden is, it's not great. It's not a great take on Raiden. Superpowers, you see his lightning, his teleportation, you see everything else, but yeah, I mean, it's probably not the actor's fault in this case, but Raiden himself is pretty much forgetful that he's an Elder God. There's a line at the beginning of the movie that says, if the Elder God, we can't go to the Earth Realm and start killing all these people, what will the Elder Gods do? And then basically they say, like, they don't care what the Elder Gods think, and the Elder Gods find out, because Raiden's an Elder God, and he basically does nothing apart from put a shield up. And then at the end of the movie, he teleports everybody back when he's had enough. He could have just done that at the beginning of the movie. It's weird. It's weird. On the bad guys team, it's all about Sub-Zero. Sub-Zero Perfect. Everything about Sub-Zero. And let's bring Scorpion in at this point as well. These two people, yes, they are on the front cover, on the front poster of the movie, and not in the movie as much as you would expect. I love Sub-Zero. Does he always work as an assassin? He gives a lot of warning that he's there. Granted. But other than that, just being able to see Sub-Zero's powers realized and what that looks like when he's coming out of the screen that we've been playing him on, seeing Fatality, seeing him like using all of his ice and everything is just perfect. It's a great rendition of Sub-Zero, the best rendition of Sub-Zero I've ever seen. I absolutely love it. I really hope that the character of Sub-Zero, or that way of doing things, does come back because he is great. Scorpion as well, the actor that plays Scorpion, absolutely fantastic. Love the martial arts fight that these two have. Really great from both of them. However, their story is a little bit lost in the mix. So you do think from the trailer and from the first 7 minutes of the movie, this whole thing's going to be set really around them. You see Sub-Zero quite a bit. You don't really see Scorpion that much at all in the entire movie, even though they are kind of the face of the movie on the artwork and stuff like that. But you don't really see them, and you don't really get the whole Lin Kuei versus Shiryu clan thing at all explained. You just see that it's almost like an assassin going after an assassin. Maybe it had something to do with the tournament because you see that Scorpion was part of the tournament, but you just don't know. Not enough gets explained. Maybe they'll explain more in number 2, but that's a really interesting part of Mortal Kombat lore, and I don't know why you haven't touched on it. You also see Goro, and you see some other things come through as well. I know that Cabal is actually getting quite a lot of rips in some other reviews, but I quite like that dude, and I quite liked the Australian characters that were in this. For some reason, I quite liked Cabal. I don't know why, but I thought he was pretty cool. Maybe it's because I actually like to play as him in the Mortal Kombat games, so maybe I've got a little soft spot there. Let's talk CGI then, and CGI, first of all, the biggest moment of CGI in this is Goro, and in some aspects, Goro looks awesome, and then in other parts, he looks a little bit like a four-armed Shrek. I don't know. I'm neither here nor there on it. I think he was okay. The CGI on him was alright, but he died too quickly. This is Goro. He can't be dead already, but we know that he is dead. That is a real shame. Everything else, CGI, effects, awesome. Very good. Absolutely beautiful. I really like in the fight scenes the way that they used especially with Sub-Zero's ice in this game, the way he plays with the ice, freezing guns, and there is one moment where he punches somebody, ices the blood and turns it into a knife and stabs them right in the side with a knife made of their own blood as ice. Oh my god, I had to pause and just go woo at that moment because that was brutality. So from that point of view, I absolutely love it. Really well done. Biggest problem they had with this movie though is the same trap that personally I think every single adaptation of a computer game movie does. Monster Hunter have just done the same thing, is they don't take the source material and just go, let's make a movie out of this awesome source material. They just make a movie and say, oh, we need to change this, we need to add in a brand new character. That's what we need to do. Why? No, you don't. Also, very frustrating. It's called Mortal Kombat and there's no tournament in this movie. The tournament looks like it's going to come in the second movie. This is like the lead up to the tournament. So if it doesn't go well, if this movie hasn't gone well, we'll never see the tournament itself. Overall, frustrating. Would I say go and watch this movie? Yeah. If you're a Mortal Kombat fan, watch it. You've got to watch it. It's not as good probably as the first Mortal Kombat movie. It's better than Annihilation. It kind of sits in between. But again, I'm not sure if Kano and the fight scenes just do that for me. It's an okay romp if you can just switch your brain off, I guess. But Cole, for me, has ruined a lot of that movie. Let me know your thoughts on this down in the comments. Very interested to know what my Transformers fans and my Transformers friends on this channel think. And if you like what I'm doing around here, please think about giving me a like, a share, and of course, a subscribe. And I'll see you in my next video. Alright guys, in a bit. Peace!